I like the doggy. Ruff, ruff, ruff.
It looks like they're having a nice chat. Maybe Sandal picked up some Mabari speak from our time at the Hero of Ferelden's camp.
I've been wondering if I shouldn't remarry. I've heard that pirate girl of yours talk. I'm sure the last thing you need is your mother watching over your shoulder every time you come home. But perhaps there is still life once your children have outgrown you.
You've been through a lot. You deserve any joy you can find.
Thank you, love. No one could ever replace your father. But it is refreshing to think I could still be courted at this age.
And welcome back to Dragon Age 2.
Good to see you again, Sam.
Good to see you again indeed. Super scandalous ending to last episode. Sex scene with Isabella. What is going on, Devatron? We'll have more to say about that. For now, we're in the gallows. Got to talk to the Templar Emmerich about the serial killer from 3 years ago. Still on the loose.
So I hear you've been visiting the Viscount's garden, Stacy.
Oh, they're enormous. And they're always empty. Why don't more people go to see them?
Probably because they're private and surrounded by guards.
I thought all those men looked a bit cross.
Hello, Emmerich. Aveline says you need my help again.
I've spent the past few years continuing my investigation into the murders of Ninette, Marin, and the other women. I believe I finally have a suspect. A man called Gascard Dupuis.
Is this man in hiding? Am I to find him for you?
No, I know where Dupuis is. I just can't get to him. When I became convinced of his guilt, I went to the city guard and demanded that they do something. The guards raided his mansion and found nothing. They were forced to apologize, and I was reprimanded. Meredith forbade me from continuing my investigation. But she didn't say I couldn't seek outside help.
Were you the only person investigating these murders?
Yes, unfortunately. The Templar Order believes this is a matter for the City Guard. And the City Guard, well, they rejected my evidence and dismissed the murders as isolated incidents. They don't care either. Women are dying out there, and no one's doing anything.
I retrieved a sack of human remains for you. Didn't you show it to the guard?
I did. They said the remains could have been gathered together by scavengers looking for bits of gold and jewelry. They said there was no way to tell if the remains even belonged to the missing women. I had no choice but to continue the investigation on my own.
What have you learned about Gascard Dupuis?
He's a reclusive nobleman who's rarely seen outside his estate in Hightown. He knew 2 of the murdered women and made inquiries about the others. It cannot be a coincidence.
It should be investigated at least.
Thank you. I faced nothing but ridicule. To hear someone say that is encouraging.
What do you need me to do?
I knew I could count on you. You'll need to go to Gascard Dupuis' estate after nightfall. Please figure out what Dupuis is hiding. If he's innocent, find evidence to prove me wrong. It's just that simple.
Okay, Hightown, nighttime. Check out the Dupuis estate. Put that on the back burner for now. Markham Heartstopper, Devatron. That is going to be Zoe's weapon for most of this act. Similar to Act 1, you want to buy a couple things that just, really make the act easier. And that's one of them. So we're going to check a few more vendors and whatnot. I need to talk real quickly about a quest called Sketchy on the Details. We grabbed it from the Chanter's board outside the Chantry when we were first walking around at the start of Act 2. Remember I said, don't worry about this for now? Well, part of it's about to come up.
Why would anybody make a place like this?
We have no scheduled appointments at this time, apprentice.
So the quest is about a mage named Sketch, who apparently is being hunted by no less than 5 different groups of assassins.
Of course. You are apprentice Jacob. We were once involved in an illicit relationship.
You're looking well. My store is much better stocked thanks to you. If you're interested in hunting down more ingredients, I can make other creations. And of course, I'll pay you for your work.
Sure. Just let me know what you need.
Perfect. I have a list of ingredients right here.
Okay, that is just gathering things for the herbalist. We did that in Act 1. No big deal. So the first of these assassins groups that are after Sketch is called the Kunari Death Squad, and they're right around this corner. See there above Zoe's health bar, quest updated, sketchy on the details. And this is kind of an Easter egg quest. There's no mini-map indicators, no journal indicators. I just happen to know where all the assassins groups are, and I'll keep you updated when we're about to get one of them.
They got Grace and the others, brought them back here.
Yes,
I heard
they
Sir
found
Ulrich
us.
placed the order for
I'm
me
sure
to be
you're not
made
surprised.
tranquil.
After
I
you turned us
passed
loose
my
with no aid,
harrowing.
no
He
food,
can't
only a
be
moment's head start. Where else could we end up?
And you remember Elaine and Grace, they were 2 of the mages that were holed up in that cave with Decimus, the blood mage, and Thrask had asked us to help them. Well, unfortunately, they got caught.
Blondie, I don't mean to sound critical, but have you considered a new line of work?
Such as?
Pretty much anything. I don't think Renegade Mage has a bright future, or any retirement plan.
Okay, so a sweep through Lowtown to hit merchants, buy companion upgrades, etc. But yeah, the elephant in the room. I have to say something about Isabella. I owe you guys an explanation. First and foremost, any companion is romanceable by any Hawke. Doesn't matter if they're male or female. Doesn't matter if the companion's an elf. They're all bisexual, and they're all, interracial is no problem. The only exception is Varric. You can't ever have a romance with Varric, but any of the others, totally fair game. So why Isabella? I can't fully explain it without giving away certain parts of the story, but when I first came back to the game and did that first playthrough as a rogue, I kind of ignored Isabella, didn't do her companion quests and whatnot, and then down the line I ended up not being able to do certain things with the story that I wanted. So I realized that you really need to pay attention to her and get her approval rating fairly high. Now, that doesn't mean you have to have a romance with her. And I have, in other playthroughs and 5 years ago when I played, done romances with other of the companions. And they're all pretty interesting and, redeeming. So I just didn't want you to think, oh, the typical video gamer going for the bombshell, huge breast, like cheerleader. I actually did it for a reason, and I just want to be 100% sure that down the line the story's going to go the way I want it to go, because I don't want to get all the way into this and then have to start over, right? I've already done that enough with this playthrough and with the recordings and all the rest. So it's not that Isabella really needs defending as a romance choice, but nonetheless, that's why I did it.
Feel free to browse my wares. The profits help Ferelden refugees, here and at home.
And in addition to these vendors and grabbing the upgrades and whatnot, we have a quest here in Lowtown. It was the first letter when we checked our letters. I don't know if you caught it, but it was a letter from Ariani, who's Fainriel's mother. If you recall, Fainriel was the half-elf, half-human mage in Act 1. He had run away from home because he didn't want to go to the Circle, and he got caught by slavers. We rescued him and then supported his decision to seek out the Dalish for help. Well, right, it's 3 years later, and it seems that he's been doing all right, but this letter was from his mom saying that, you know, he fell into a deep sleep and he's in danger, and he and she need our help. So we're going to head over there to help him out. And along the way, we're going to get another assassin group that's chasing after Sketch for sketchy on the details.
If you've got something to say, just spit it out.
Are you sure you want to encourage me? I might be about to confess my undying love.
I get that a lot. So what's on your mind?
I just realized it's been a while since any of the gangs in the Undercity came to my door.
They're busy people. Places to go, throats to cut. Maybe you've slipped their minds.
Right. The apostate running the free clinic in the sewers. Easy to forget. You didn't have anything to do with this?
You must have me confused with someone else. I'm just a businessman and a storyteller.
I'm stuck! What's wait?
Oh yeah, pretty big time. Whip the shit out of them. Nice use of assault there. The kind of spinning triple hit move. So just 2 Antivan assassins. And remember, the first group was called the Kunari Death Squad. I love these names. It's just, I think this is kind of a joke quest, but the names are good, so we love them.
I was hoping you'd come. You did so much for my Fainriel already, but I visited him among the people, but he turned me away. I know the demons still plague him, and now they've taken him. 2 days ago, Fainriel went into a nightmare and hasn't returned.
He can't be woken up?
The Keeper says he is near death. His lips still fog a mirror, but that is all.
Surely there are mages who can pursue him in the Fade.
I have contacted Keeper Marathari. The Dalish have an ancient ritual that might help, but it requires someone Fainriel trusts to enter the Fade to free him.
This is hardly my area of expertise, but is there anything I can do?
Marathari is coming to perform the ritual that will bring Fainriel back. His childhood things here will help anchor him.
The Fade, huh? Don't know how much help I'd be to you there.
The Keeper will delve into the ancient magics to protect this half-breed. She wouldn't do so for me.
I've already called for the Keeper. We need to begin the ritual as quickly as possible. Would you like to stay here or return when she arrives?
This is too urgent to delay.
You have been far kinder than I had any right to expect.
came quickly, Ariane. I did not wish to tell you by letter how grave your son's situation is. The magic he possesses makes him what the Tevinters called Somniari, a dreamer. Dreamers have the power to control the beyond, what humans call the Fade. Fainreal is the first in 2 ages to survive.
What can a dreamer do?
Dreamers are unique for their ability to enter the Fade at will, without the aid of lyrium. In the Fade, they can shape dreams, and even affect the world beyond the Veil. Tevinter Somniari used to enter the minds of sleepers, and slay them in their dreams.
Why are they so rare?
Dreamers have great power in the Fade. They attract demons. Luckily, most prove too frail of mind to survive a demon's possession. A dreamer abomination would be near unstoppable.
Is there a difference between the Beyond and the Fade?
They are the same. By either name, the Fade is the realm of spirits, Thedas' heart, while the mortal realm is its strong arm. The demons who live there covet the bodies of mortals and seek to possess them. Only mages ever touch the Fade in a waking state. Others see it in dreams.
What exactly are we going to do here?
The elves of the Dales were experts in the Somniari arts. They could even help those with no power enter the Fade. I have done my best to recreate the ritual. We will use Fainreal's childhood home as a focus to draw him back through the Veil.
Just send me into the Fade.
I told you her courage was legendary.
Now, Ariane, please excuse us. We must prepare.
Oh, of course.
There is more I must tell you that is not for her ears.
Is Fainreal in danger?
Indeed. And the danger may not come from what you think. Fainreal cannot become an abomination. The destruction he would cause is unimaginable. If you cannot save him from the demons, you must kill him yourself. A death in the Fade will make him what your circle calls tranquil. He will be no threat after.
That's Fainreal's greatest fear. I won't be the one to make it come true.
I have no choice but to leave it in your hands. Now, gather a team, and we will begin. Choose carefully, for all will face temptation.
I worry what a journey to the Fade might bring out in me.
Can I come? I'd love to see the ritual. And I promise I won't be a bother.
I admit, I'm a little fascinated.
Let us begin.
Okay, you'll notice here I wipe the group clean and then just add Anders back in, nobody else. I'll explain why I do that once I'm into the Fade.
I had not thought to return in such a way. It is good to feel the breath of the Fade again, not the empty air of your world.
You look different.
I am Justice. Anders has told you of me. Come. I sense Fainreal's mind straining. We will not have much time.
Alright, just like fighting dragons and hitting the deep roads. You're not playing Dragon Age until you adventure into the Fade. Look at there, I just caught a flying book. Yeah, you remember the Fade from Origins. They had these puzzles or different things you could click on or collect and they would increase your attributes. Well, they brought that back for 2. And like you just saw, the first one is you just have to click on a flying book and then you get to increase any attribute you want by 1 point. Now there are 2 more puzzles. The next 2 are these barrel puzzles. This first one you just have to get the little barrels on the top. And if you don't do these in enough clicks, right? If you use too many clicks to solve them, you don't get the bonus attribute point, and a bunch of demons get summoned. So you can fail the barrel puzzles. Okay, not too bad. And here's the bonus attribute. Now the next puzzle is a little bigger, and it awards 2 attribute points, so that's pretty cool. As for why only Anders, why didn't I fill out the group? The reason is you have to confront 2 demons in here that are holding Fainriel captive in this dreamer state. They're ultimately trying to possess him. And when you confront them, if you have any companions in your party except Anders, the demons will persuade those companions to fight against you. No matter what their approval rating, if they're your romance partner, it doesn't matter. They will turn on you. So I think that's really cool as a tough, challenging, interesting kind of thing that could happen in a quest. So I'm not against it at all. It's just I know it's coming, and ultimately all it's going to do is create more hassle. It makes the fights harder, and then once you're out of here, there's a new companion quest for them, and they want you to come talk to you, and they really feel bad about turning on you, so they want to apologize. You don't get any extra XP for doing that or anything, so it's really just a bunch of hassle. Anders, in contrast, is Justice in here, and he'll never turn on you, so it's okay to bring him.
Well, it's rare to see 2 forgotten magics in one day. It's usually a slow place, the Fade. Not many surprises. I wasn't sure I'd like this one, but it has potential. The Demon of Sloth. It exists to make men forget their purpose and their pride. Do not relax around it. Call me Torpor. I have a proposition that might interest you.
I will not give in to temptation, fiend.
Have it your way.
My people, I present to you our hope. His features may mark him as human, but in his heart beats the blood of the Dales. He came to us to learn his heritage, to release the power from a lineage as ancient as our race.
I don't know what to say.
That's not the Keeper, Fainriel. Demons can take on other forms.
He lies. The first enchanter is a pawn of the Templars.
No. Silence, demon! Weren't you... Keeper Marathari warned me of this. You're not the Keeper. Mother's people have no circle, but they don't consort with demons.
You... Why did you interfere?
With my power joined to his, Fainriel would have changed the world.
Have you ever seen an abomination? They are ugly.
You took my dreamer. Now you'll take his place.
That's it, Fenriel. Hard on the downstroke, then lift. Good. I'll have you scribing all my letters soon. If I'd known you were such a brave lad, I'd have brought you into the business years ago.
Does that mean I can come with you to Antitha, Father? Mother said maybe this summer. Right, Mother?
That's not your father, Fenriel. It's a demon. And I'm definitely not your mother.
A demon? No. No, I want this.
Then remember this is who took away them.
Only thing you ever wanted. You turned him against me.
Complete accident. I was trying to help, honest.
You have cost me a dreamer, but at least you will provide me a death.
I can't spend another moment in this place. The screaming. Everywhere, all I hear are the nightmares of people dying, fleeing, gnawing their own arms off to escape. This is a world of monsters. And they all want me. Please, help me escape. Help me die.
If I kill you here, I only destroy your mind. You will become a tranquil.
I was afraid of that for so long. I can't even remember why. To live. To sleep without dreaming. To never hear a demon's whisper. It is a blessing as great as standing at the Maker's side. Do it. Put the knife in my heart.
You can master this talent, Fenriel. You don't have to let it destroy you.
The Dalish do not have what I need. Perhaps Tevinter. If these powers can be trained, it would be there. I can do this.
Fenriel has mastered his powers.
Then he lives. You saved him. I cannot thank you enough. Keeper Marathari, may I return with you to the Sunderlands? I would like to ask for my son's forgiveness.
Of course. It was you who chose to stay away.
He must go elsewhere to train. There is no one in Kirkwall to help him. He asked me to say goodbye.
My son? No. I must find him before he goes.
It is wise for him to seek guidance. Kirkwall cannot provide what he needs. I truly did not think what you did was possible. You are a rare human indeed. This book belonged to the last dreamer of our tribe. It has a rare magic beyond price. Please, accept it with my gratitude.
Okay, a nice successful adventure into the Fade. A lot easier, shorter, and less, harsh than the trips into the Fade and Origins, if you remember those quests at all. At any rate, we got to level up. We're going to upgrade Battery, or Assault with Battery, kind of a pun from the devs. The Assault skill gets upgraded to Battery. It's going to add more damage to that attack, and it's going to detonate Disorient, which is pretty cool because thus far you've seen Zoe set up Stagger a bit, but she hasn't had any detonators yet, so this will be pretty fun if we can catch a target disoriented. Now we pop back in to Meryl's house to reform the group, remember, because it was just Anders and I. And I'm speeding up because I have to deal with this weird bug, which I'll tell you about in a minute. Got to level up. Varric upgraded Fatiguing Fog so that now it obscures the whole group. And then Meryl upgraded Petrify. Do you remember when they're petrified, they take less damage? Well, this reduces that. So instead of taking like 50% less damage, they only take 30% when they're petrified. And it also causes the brittle status, which I'll talk about more later. All that happened with Anders is it was a bug from being in the Fade. It's like he had Perma Vengeance on, even though I haven't taken that ability on him in this spec. So I had to get him out of the party and then re-invite him in, and it fixed it.
Bad people come out at night. It would be good to get rid of them.
Okay, we picked Lowtown Knight because in one of these sacks is a gift for Fenris. There are gifts for companions, which can increase their approval rating. Sometimes you buy them, and sometimes you just find them, like right there.
What makes the gang so angry at night? Someone should do something about them.
Okay, nice fight there, and our first nighttime gang fight of Act 2. The Lowtown nighttime gang is called the Dog Lords, Dev. Okay, fun stuff. You're starting to see the group in action here. I know last episode we only had the one short fight at the very end, so these two fights are really the first time you're seeing the group getting into the flow with the double shock storms and, you know, all the backline helping each other out with crowd control and whatnot. So for Anders' level, we took Vengeance, and this is always risky on your healer because, you know, Vengeance reduces his damage resistance by 50%. But here we go. You know the tactic drill. If your health falls below this threshold, cancel the Vengeance mode. Then drink a heal potion, and then once it's back above a certain threshold, reactivate it. Now, I'm only going to be relying on a heal potion because I don't have enough tactic slots to include using the heal spell on him when he's not in Vengeance mode, but it'll do for now. Again, it's risky, but the reward is worth it, having the bonus damage in Act 2 from your mage is really pretty big time. Okay, we're going to leave Lowtown for the moment and head over to Hightown. We're going to keep it at nighttime because recall we have to get to the Dupuy mansion in Hightown at night to investigate the serial killer murders for Emmerich. He suspects Dupuy as being the murderer, but his investigation was shut down, so we need to pick it up for him. On the way, we're going to get a nighttime gang here and also another assassin group that's chasing after Sketch.
They guide you.
Okay, I dropped the volume in order to voice over combat, which I don't like to do, but I wanted to point out a few visual cues. First, notice the green tendrils around Meryl. It's called Wrath of the Elven. It's the other sustainable in her blood magic line. And notice this green smoke cloud in the shock storm. It's about to go away. Just went away there. We'll see it again. What that is fatiguing fog from Varric. He's going to cast it again right on the party here. The party, there, you see it come up? So that's his fatiguing fog. As for Wrath of the Elven on Meryl, it's not a great sustainable, but you have to take it in order to get Wounds of the Past, so you might as well use it. And it doesn't cause friendly fire damage, so no harm, no foul. Now the reason I held the group and I leashed this invisible sister pull to us is because we're about to get an assassin pull for Sketch, and I didn't want to get both groups and get overwhelmed. And right when this happens, look for Sketch, the running mage, to run by. There he goes, see him? Yeah, I don't know if you noticed Sketch in the other encounters so far. Sometimes he's hard to see, but right as you come up to one of those groups, he's usually, sprinting away from them. And that group was called the Denerim Avengers. more funny names. So yeah, that's 3 of the 5 assassin groups for that quest. And man, this is just too fun. Watching all these enemies just melt and shock storm and fatiguing fog, and wow, it's a lot of fun. Keep in mind, these are pretty easy fights. Don't, get overconfident. This is Act 2, and we're going to get our asses severely kicked, but it's good to have fun while you can. So just switching up some damage types here, and then heading into the Dupuy Mansion. See if we can figure out whether Dupuy is the murderer or not.
Right. Gascard is trying to hide something.
What creatures are they talking about? The Shades?
Maybe Gascard was looking for help from another mage.
I think these have been used in blood magic.
An apology from Kirkwall's Iron Lady? That must have been a first. Why is he keeping these things around? I thought Gascard lived alone.
Help me, please! He's gone mad!
You're not him. Shit, I know what this looks like, but I didn't hurt her.
So the wild-eyed hysteria is just for show, then?
You don't understand. Someone is after her. I had to keep her safe. I don't know why you're here, but there's a killer out there, and I think he's playing us both. Just Just let me explain.
All right. We'll see if you can talk yourself out of this.
20 silver if he says, "It wasn't me, it was the one-armed man."
Several years ago, my sister was murdered. The bastard's now in Kirkwall, killing again. The same way he killed my sister. It starts with a bouquet of white lilies. He sends them to each new victim. Alessa was going to be next. I took her, so he'd have to come to me. I was finally going to face my sister's killer, but then you showed up.
He's lying! He hurt me!
I've explained this. I need your blood to track you down. If he took you, it was for your protection.
Let go of me!
She'll go straight to the city guard. They'll ruin everything.
Who killed your sister?
A powerful and experienced blood mage. I believe he uses the women for some ritual. His victims are attractive, healthy women with few social ties.
I could report you to the Templars for blood magic.
Yes, I've used blood magic and lyrium to augment my powers. I'm not proud of what I've done, but I had to. He took my sister from me.
Can't you just tell the city guard what you told me?
Why? I don't want him arrested. This isn't about justice. I need to be the one to bleed him dry.
That's more than a bit creepy, you know?
Besides, they probably wouldn't even hear me out.
Emmerich was certain you were the killer.
Of course he was. But I was trying to find the killer just like him. Our paths crossed and he just assumed I was the murderer.
You really did make yourself a target, though. Kidnapping people and all.
I suppose that's fair.
I can help you track down your sister's killer.
No, I can manage on my own. I'm headed to Darktown. If you learn anything new about the killer, find me there. I have a score to settle with him.
Okay, we're not sure what to make of Dupuis. He could have just been the killer and totally making that up, but he seemed pretty, convincing to me, pretty persuasive. So let him go for now. And we'll see if we can find out anything more on this quest, on this killer, whatever. Report back to Emmerich, etc. As usual, we're going to put it on the back burner for now. And, let's hunt some more Invisible Sisters, Dev.
I'll deal with it.
Maybe it wasn't a dream. Never mind.
Alright, pretty quickly got the Night Gang headquarters quest to pop there. Remember, after you kill enough of them in each of the zones, then you get the headquarters, the boss, go kill him quest. As for why Meryl died, I don't know why she ran over to that corner, and then when I went over to help, it seemed like she was going to stay still, but then as soon as I did assault, she moved right into it and died. So yeah, these things happen. But yeah, let's head to this headquarters and just, keep Hightown clean. This is where Zoe lives, after all, Dev.
waste. Now you fall!
Okay, anytime you get through that fight, complete the quest, you've done well. It's really hard, and it's very easy to wipe in here. That said, I was pretty annoyed that Varric stepped into my assault and, you know, went down about halfway through. Again, just like when Meryl did the same thing a few fights ago, these things happen, and in cramped quarters like that, nobody can move around, and you remember they're on ranged behavior, so they constantly want to be moving away from the enemies, and any little stimulus can cause them to just move at the last second, and oh, you thought it was okay to start your attack, but turns out it wasn't. Whatever. We got through it. The group is kick-ass. And I meant to stop here when we left the Dupuis mansion, but I forgot, so let's do it now. We got a gift for Fenris.
I have something for you.
It's a book.
It's a subject you're familiar with. The book is by Shartan, the elf who helped Andraste free the slaves. You know about him, right?
A little. It's just... slaves are not permitted to read. I've never learned.
A simple thank you would have sufficed.
Thank you. I don't mean to seem ungrateful. I do appreciate the thought. I've always wanted to learn more of Shartan. Perhaps this is my chance.
Okay, we're just shy of an hour, but I feel like this is a good place to stop. So Zoe's gonna sign off. Dragon Age 2. We'll see you next time.